Next logical question then. Who's under more pressure this year? Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, Deshaun Watson?
So I don't think Andrew is under much pressure, mostly because I think if you look at how the NFL works, GMs get a lot of time, and GM gets multiple head coaches. So, and I think and rightfully so. I think you can look at the rosters he's built and say, even if the drafting hasn't been what you wanted to, he's built some really good rosters. And with 2022 kind of notwithstanding, I also think it's very simplistic to blame any of this on Andrew. I will go to my grave believing it wasn't as simple as saying this was an Andrew Berry decision. I think this was a Haslam, Berry, Stefanski, DePodesta decision. So I don't think it's going to be pinned on him. I think there is pressure on Deshaun, but the pressure that's on Deshaun is the pressure you put on yourself. Think about what this guy, and again, I'm not trying to defend him, I'm just trying to say, his image has been tarnished because of the allegations, the suspension, all that. Anytime now his name is brought up in the national media, that is the asterisk that is mentioned along with it. And now you're doubting whether you can do it again. Because you had 6 games that were god-awful at the end of 22, and in 23, honestly, I thought he actually played pretty okay, but the shoulder injury is a real concern. So you're in this weird position where I think Deshaun, from an organizational standpoint, how much pressure can there be on a guy who you can't move on from for another 3 years? So I think the only pressure is self-doubt. Stefanski's got all the pressure. And it's just how the NFL works. And it happens that this deal is on the offensive side of the ball. He's an offensive head coach. And it doesn't take much to kind of put together how the NFL works. Kevin's got to be safe because he's won the Coach of the Year twice. Coach of the Years have been fired before. And by the way, I'm not advocating for it. We talk all the time. I don't want to do coaching search radio. Are you kidding me? Oh, let's talk about Josh McDaniels for the 5th time. Get Tom McDaniels real good and mad at me in Canton for saying that I don't think his son should be the head coach of the Browns. And here's the thing. Does it drive ratings? Yeah. You know what else does? Having a good show and working your butt off and doing a good show and talking about the Browns. The difference between coach radio and ratings and just normal Browns talking ratings, you talk Browns, you're going to be okay in this town. So, it's not me wishing it, but I think something we don't do enough in Cleveland, and it's not just Cleveland sports talk, I say this as a fan without judgment. We look at it as it is, and we don't do the ellipses. We don't do the ... And I think the ... this year is it's a very soft or else right now for Kevin. It doesn't guarantee that he gets fired. It doesn't mean I think he should be. But there's still Jimmy Haslam atop this organization, and I think Kevin has a world of pressure. And by the way, that's saying something, because as you know, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, what time of the season it is, there is wall-to-wall pressure at every point in an organization because there is so much on the line.